If you're that person who is constantly struggling to overcome procrastination, this video is for you. In this video, I'll be sharing with you 7 things you have to do to stop procrastination. And they are very simple, yes, very simple things you can do to actually help you stop procrastinating and become somebody who does things promptly. Yeah, if you're that person, let's get right into the video. This first tip is very important, but the sixth tip is something that you don't even expect, and it's very simple. So do well to watch to the end to actually enjoy the best of this. So the first thing you have to do is to forgive yourself of your past procrastination. Yeah, this is so important because most times when you procrastinate, you actually in your mind you will think that you can't do anything you set your mind to do. In your mind you will think that you even see yourself as a failure sometimes because you procrastinate a lot. But you have to forgive yourself of those times you've procrastinated, of those times you have said you will do something and you're unable to do it because you procrastinated. Forgive yourself because this is the start point for where you can actually stop procrastinating. Since procrastination is not something that you can just go immediately, but it is a step by step process. It's like something you have to do one day at a time. So you have to start with forgiving yourself of the part of those times you procrastinated. Let those pain, those regrets, those anxiety, let them go. Let them go right now. Let them go right now. And also, you have to know that procrastination is not in your gene. Yes, procrastination is not in your gene, so it's not as if something you inherited from your parent or your parents' parents, right? So it's something. It's like every other habit that you started one day and you can stop one day, and to, today is that day where you stop procrastinating because in this video you get the knowledge that you need. You realize that it's not even that big of a thing. It's not that big of a thing, right? So you have to forgive yourself of the past procrastination that happened, right? The second thing to do is to manage your emotions. Have you ever noticed that what happens before you procrastinate has to do with your emotions, right? Maybe it's something that you want to do that it is difficult. So your emotion shows that oh that thing is difficult. So that emotion will prevent you from actually taking a step to do what you want to do. That's emotion. So you have to learn to manage your emotion. Of course, there will be tasks that are difficult. There will be tasks that are so big. I mean, that there will be tasks that are vague because these are the reasons why you may be procrastinating. Vagueness, big task, things that seem difficult to your mind, right? You have to learn to manage your emotions. That even if your emotion says or your mind says, "Oh, this is hard. I can't do it. You can't do it." Still go ahead to do it. You have to override your emotions because most times emotions are bad bosses. They are bad leaders, right? So you have to learn to override your emotions when it comes to you stopping procrastination. So you have to learn to override your emotions every time. See, let me tell you something. The one of the reasons why people who are disciplined and are able to do what they want to do, what they say they want to do, is because they have been able to master that art of overriding their emotion, or the art of managing their emotions very well. Yeah, because emotions will actually hold you back if you don't know how to manage it, right? So yes, you have to learn to manage your emotions, learn to actually go ahead to do that thing even despite your emotions, right? The next thing is to establish a routine. The truth is, most times the reason why you procrastinate is because you don't have a routine. Routine is something you do over and over and over and again that you don't even, it doesn't even take anything from you to do it. You do it unconsciously, right? You do it without having to think about it. So you have to have routines like that. You have to have routines, things that you do on a daily basis. If, for example, you want to be reading every day, you have to set your routine such that it will help you to read every day. You have to actually know that okay, when I wake up, I brush my teeth, then I go ahead to my reading table to read. When you do this over time, it becomes easy for your brain to just ease into it. You can just start it from your brain without even thinking. Go to brush your teeth, then go to your table to read. Right? So you have to learn to adopt routines that matter to you, because when you don't have a routine, you tend to procrastinate a lot. When you don't have a set pattern, when you don't have a set plan for yourself, you tend to procrastinate a lot of time. So you have to learn to set a routine for yourself if you want to stop procrastinating. The next thing you have to know is you have to set deadline. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but I've done it so over time, many times, that when I don't set deadline for something, I tend to procrastinate that thing. Especially if it is my own project and there's nobody I have to deliver to, just myself, I tend to procrastinate when I don't have a deadline for it. So a goal without deadline is like a wish which will never come true. So you have to learn to set deadlines, even if it's your client's project, if it's your personal project, set time for it. When you set a deadline for your project, it gives your brain a time frame. Yeah. And your brain will never want to disappoint you. So when you set a deadline, it will help your brain to be as alert as your brain is. Okay, let's work on this. Let's work on this. The deadline is tomorrow. Let's work on this. So you have to learn to set deadline, right? It actually helps you. It keeps you within. It keeps you in check. Setting deadline keeps you in check and help you to achieve more and help you to stop procrastinating. To be sincere, this works a lot of time. The next thing to do if you want to stop procrastinating is to keep yourself accountable. One of the very best ways, right, of actually stopping procrastination is to give yourself an accountability partner. Is to have somebody who keeps you accountable, somebody who cares about your growth, somebody who cares about the goal you're working at, and the person will keep checking up on you on a daily basis to know your progress. Yes, that's the kind of person that will help you be accountable, that you should be accountable to, that will help you stop procrastinating. Of course, you wouldn't want to you wouldn't want to disappoint that person. So this will propel you to take action, even when your emotion is saying no, no, no. Even when you don't feel like doing anything that day. The fact that you know that, oh, I have to deliver to somebody at the end of the day. I have to answer to somebody at the end of the day will actually help you to go ahead to do that thing you want to do without procrastinating, right? I always tell people, whenever you're choosing an accountability partner, make sure this person knows what you're trying to work at. Make sure this person is that kind of person that you actually fear. Yes, some people will use their friends as accountability partner, and they will not, because they don't fear them, because she's my friend, she won't do anything to me. That will not help them to be effective, right? So make sure it's somebody, the person you're choosing to keep you accountable is someone you listen to, someone you trust their judgment, someone you know that cares about you and cares about your goals, right? And also, if you don't want to use a person as your partner, as somebody you can be accountable to, you can actually be accountable to your socials. I mean, on social media, maybe you want to do something, you can just say, oh, hello guys, I want to do this thing to be within now at this time and that time. I'll come on here each day to tell you about my progress. This will help you to actually be accountable. Like, now you have told the world, the whole world is not your accountability partner. So this will help you to actually put in your work, because you know that if you don't do it, people will come at you and say, oh, and you said you're consistent, and you said you're this, you're that, right? So the fear of disappointing people will help you to take action. And also, you can actually, put money somewhere with maybe an organization. When it comes to you doing your project, I say, oh, if I'm able to finish this project, I'll collect this money. And if I'm not able to finish this project, please take this money from me and you can donate this to someone who needs it, right? The fear of losing money, right? The fear of losing that money will pump will pump you up to do that task. It will actually help you to overcome procrastination. Yeah. First thing you have to do to stop procrastinating is to change your environment. Most times, the reason you procrastinate is because of your environment, because there are a lot of distractions in your environment, and you're trying to do something, you're trying to be focused, and you keep seeing things that are distracting you. The best thing to do is to change your environment. Yes, leave that environment. And if you can change your environment, you can actually make your environment conducive for what you want to do. Things that distract you. Things that you see and you be like, let me do that thing, then I can come back and do what I'm supposed to do, right? Those things Take it out of your environment. If you're that person that is always distracted by social media and you have something you need to do that is very urgent and important to your life, then let your phone go for a moment, because that's what will distract you. That's what will cause you to procrastinate. Yeah, so endeavor to always take away triggers, things that triggers you to procrastinate out of where you can see it. Because what you don't know is that procrastination is not a standalone. It doesn't just happen. You don't just procrastinate. There are things that actually are associated with procrastination, things that triggers you to procrastinate. For example, somebody who is addicted to social media, and you want to do something and your phone is right there looking at you. Before you know it, you're on your phone, you're scrolling, you're scrolling, you're scrolling. 5 hours after, you realize that you have wasted your time on social media doing nothing and leaving what you're supposed to do undone. Yes. So you have to take away distraction. You have to actually keep your environment, how like make it in a way that you're able to focus on what you want to do at the moment. Next tip is to just start working. See, the truth is, it can be like a magic. A minute you're contemplating on that project, and another minute you've seen yourself procrastinating that project. What you just have to do is to just start working. Start working. You can just try to use some time management technique like the 5 minute rule. You can or Pomodoro technique, whereby you give yourself 25 minutes. Yeah, you set a timer to 25 minutes and tell yourself, okay, if I will do this thing for 25 minutes, and after I will take a break of 5 minutes. Or just break that task into tiny bits and give yourself 5 minutes. 5 minutes to just work on it for like when you work on it for 5 minutes and you take a break, or when you work on it for 5 minutes, before you know it, you realize that you are enjoying the process. You realize that you are in that zone where you are excited about that project. So that means you have to start. Just start it. Just start. Just start working, right? Just start working on that project. Start working on that task. Because that's how you can actually stop procrastinating. That's how you can become that person who's a do it now person. That person who does things promptly. That person who can be trusted, who is trustworthy, who will not lose their client. Right, guys? I hope this video was helpful. I hope you find it really, really, really helpful. If you did, kindly drop me a comment in the comment section, and I would love to hear from you. I'll be in the comment section waiting on your comments. Thank you, guys. It was linked right here.